Hello, Rick187 and welcome back to Shadow Empire and our Cult of Noel playthrough. So we're in a good position at the minute. We've just got our noses out in front of the other two major powers. However, we are embroiled in a two-front war. As you historians know, that's never a great idea. So we've got Sanderstein Reich in the east and we've got Bruderskets in the west. So far, we're managing to hold our own, although the supply situation is starting to impact our ability to fight, or our frontline troops' ability to fight, and that is going to be an ongoing challenge we have to address. As ever, this was taken from a Twitch livestream, so without any further ado, I'll pass you right back over to the live audio. Killed 200 infantry, 10 tanks, we lost 600 infantry. We're going to step more than 50 tanks. Yeah, that big attack by Sanderskin and our exposed tile. That hurt. That hurt. I'm good, thanks, Joe. Enjoying my time with Shadow Empire at the minute. Oh, we've got Ares has retired. Oh, good for you, my friend. Lots more strategy cards. Right. Decisions for single divisions in history. Next battle. Yeah. Let's get attacked from three sides. Lost a whole bunch of our tanks. Unfortunate. We held there to no loss, which is nice to see. And we held here, just losing a few. Well, actually, we lost some tanks as well, some infantry. Okay. Let's have a quick look at our decisions. The humanist school demands we hire a candidate.
Yes, sir.
I'll happily take an extra body. Staff counterparties, I have no interest in changing those at the moment in time. Rebels and Neptune. Yes, I'll give you my full support.
Yes.
I don't see them. Oh, is that them there? Oh, come on. Of course you spawn in the middle of my supply line with my SHQ. That is unpleasant. So we need a job for you guys. Any luck? We'll move off this and I can recapture the road. Because that's the only bit I really care about right now is the road. And keep that open. All these guys with little black boxes means they are severely lacking supply. I suspect in this instance it's food they're lacking. Check. Yeah, food hasn't got out, and it's not because we don't have food, we now have a reasonable amount of food, but it's just because the logistics got cut off. Yeah. So now it comes down to road from here, and then has to like go overland and fails to get anywhere. Ooh, okay, how's Neptune doing? 68th unrest, that's dropped down quite a lot, which is okay. I just need to keep that going down. We'll keep the troops there. Supporting that. Meanwhile, where's Bobek? Is it there? I think that's tile. So that's the tile we need to take to the city. And yeah, let's keep rolling forward. We'll try and maybe assault this one this turn. Got any angles? A front on? Yeah. I wanted just a front on attack, oddly enough. I won't. I will do a little bit of bombardment though. At least soften them up, even if we're not going to push them off the belt.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And yeah, it's still pretty. 3 to 1. It's not really good enough to commit. So we won't. Right. Even if they move next turn and then we take our supplies, it's going to be a turn after before we get it really ironed out, which is upsetting. Okay, down here we do have a lot of troops who are going to be hanging about in this tile after being back. We probably can. Well, we could push that tile with those tanks, but is there an advantage to? Not massively. Probably want to, if anything, push on the city. If we can take the city, might be big ass with these forces, but if we can do that, then we can open up another supply line down here. Guys down here, better supply. Like fight. We're a bit under strength though. I'm gonna do it, and the reason I'm gonna do it is mainly to push them off the tiles so they can't get an extra angle of attack, or we're gonna have to spend some movement AP to get in position to give them an angle of attack. Leave it blank. Okay. I want to check my SHQ because I suspect I need to buy some more. Oops. Yes, I am. Where's my number again? I'm about to get. How far away I am for getting my laser troops? It would be great to send them front. Won't know. Organization, military research? No, it would be model design. Progress 58% of the way through. So it's going to take another 3 or 4 turns. I can't afford that. Next time. In the meantime, we'll just make sure we've got enough. And back into the front. Artillery, let's. Howitzer, I think, is a better one. How's your field testing, Howitzer? We'll have to look at that. I can't remember how many I was doing here. We could overproduce, and we're not getting a new one anytime soon, so it's fine. Armor, yeah. I suspect we need a mix of these. At least we know we're going to be selling our much better armored ones. We've got these polymer armor. And I should probably do more than that. Oh, that may be out of something. I'm out of. People. Need to up my okay, need to up my that's not a problem. That one. Those going to the front, let's grab some machine gunner. Well, 3. Is that the best? I think the furlings are better. Oh, I think they're slightly different. I don't know if they go into the same army. I want to build these guys and we'll see if they go into the same army. I'm worried they don't though, and it's the whirlings I need to build. I'm also going to go into the zones and say, hey, can I please get some more troops? There we go. Call you. Phone orders. Let's bump this up to. Let's go up to 1,000 short term.
Copy that.
May need to go sell something to be able to fund this actually, sorry. Treasury is not great either.
Yeah. Yes.
Some more young men to go die on our front lines, please.
Standing by.
Funny, not so long ago I felt like I had more recruits than I was ever going to need. I guess our armed forces have massively ballooned.
Standing by. Order received. Order
Okay.
received.
That is done. Let's go trade for a little bit of cash if I can. What's worth it? Not a lot of anything, really. Sell off some of these.
Yes, sir.
It's painful. At least I have them. Just not worth it. Just not worth it. Hey, Grasping, how's it going? Are we winning? We're doing okay, actually. This looks like the World War I game I played. It is very, very different. They both hex based, I suppose. This is I don't know, I suppose like a sci-fi 4X war game rather than World War One. Both as graphically beautiful as each other. Okay, that's done and dusted. We've got our oil well. It's another one turn away, which should overcome that oil shortage. We could also expand you, but probably not. That's just going to drain our fuel faster. At some point, we're going to have to look into like that deep gas extractor. Assets we're building at the minute. You've got COVID. Oh man, Grass, that's pretty terrible to hear. I hope it's very mild. Oh, I'm good. Still managed to remain COVID free, which is something of a small miracle it seems these days. Long way at last. Right. Power I don't need. Yeah, I can either get food into oil, just pure energy into oil. Energy's not a problem at the minute, but at some point we're going to use it for our ammo. That's impressive. I should play the lottery. Yeah, maybe. Hit up on Saturday. Test my luck. I'm tempted to go down a biofuel refinery. We have a permanent source of oil eventually. Food's pretty easy to grow. Grows in the ground.
Copy that.
It is, especially considering I have two smallish children who obviously go to school. It seems to be forever throughout their classroom, and yet they never bring it home and they never catch it. So I don't know what's going on. Someone somewhere's looking out for me. Okay, we have spent all our recruits, so I can't raise any more forces this turn. You have managed to cut yourself off. Congratulations. The problem is if you're an armor element, which you are, still going to be more than these particular troops can handle. We'll go all the way back over here. Back cut other people off, and hopefully they'll get scared of being cut off and retreat of their own accord, but you never know. Right, and we'll hold the line here. Ah, rebels. How you make my life difficult. Everything else seems to be okay. Let's have a quick look at if there's any cool like fate card ones we could use. Rangers, drones, mountaineers. Maybe. Artifacts. Political points. Anchor ally. 2d20 times 100 credits. Let's take up get 1,000. You know what? I'm gonna cash this in for a bit.
Affirmative.
That works. Seems always a bit wasteful burning fate points for that, but need a little bit in the bank. Other thing we could do is if we're feeling flush with metals and IP, not too far away from, build a railway out to here and stick a railhead. Help shorten some of our supply lines. Although, have you just given up the city? Surely not. That looked painful. The eye is annoying. I mean, it's a fair strategy. Just set a fast unit behind to cut my supply line. But it's annoying. Destroy them. I will try. Well, we shall destroy them or be destroyed. What are the options in front of us? Okay, killed 7 infantry and 40 tanks. We lost 13 infantry, 90 guns, 50 mortars, and 90 tanks. Ouch! That was not a good turn. But we have laser guns. Bullet attack, nice. Right, let's look at decisions. That was a pretty terrible round. Sandra-Steen is slightly kicking our butt. New organization. No, not right now. What are you guys going to research? Done. That's right. I want. Maybe some RPGs. Not we're really using them, but it's a start. Not really using any of these. Go for a heavy armor army.
Understood.
Shadow Cult wants help. Ed. No, we're not supporting you. A new commander. We're all pretty bad for the job, but you've got a little bit of suitability, so you will do. Brent, Sword Sight. Okay.
We're taking fire! Negative to breach.
Well, I found them. Fortunately, they have not given us the road back. These guys are struggling. I think these guys may be starting to starve. That is disappointing. I cannot afford to build another road around here. This one rebel group may have doomed our advance somewhat. Have you really just given up the town? Yes, you have. Okay. I mean, who am I to question your decision making? But really. Right, I'm going to take this oil well from you as well. And I'm going to pull back. Found a immobile AT gun. Maybe not what you want to find with your armoured elements, but hey, I can move some infantry. You'd cut off the cutoff. Like, our militia got really badly mauled there. Okay. The annoying thing is, I don't think that's going to get. Oh, actually, 14 to 1. Really? Don't know if I believe you. It doesn't help me driving you back anyway, because it's that tile I need to be able to steal. I cannot do unless I land upon it. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's good. I mean, he's just a truck, so no fighting strength, but technically the road is now under my control, so next turn supplies will flow along it. Small victory. And we took the town. That's yeah. Color me confused. Problem is, they're going to be really cranky. I'm guessing there's not many of them, though. It's a village. Find out next turn. Meanwhile, you claim to have no one in you. 0? What? How can one have no one in it? I suspect you're wrong, good sir. Guys, push down. Here, that's all is well with the world-ish. Right, now I know you guys are starving. Same time, I'd quite like to finish off this. Just as one less job for us to do. bother. Odds are terrible. I think my troops are battered and broken. Much of a win. The problem is all these, because if this was plains, well, that's annoying, but I'll build a road around here and I'll make do. But it's not plains, it's mountains, which is, well, normally I'd say it's prohibitively expensive, but let's have a gander. If we went from here and said I would like to build a sealed road down to there, what's that going to cost me? 3,600. I can afford that. Okay. Probably should have done that last turn. Fine, okay, and that'll give us a secondary supply route until that's captured. Okay, that's better. That's better. Things will improve there. Here. Yeah, no, I should stop pushing attack because I'm going to run out of ammunition from. Yeah, you guys got a little bit of ammo and that's it. It's not great. Let's just hold where we are and hope we don't get pushed too hard while we get our supply lines sorted out again. Lines also fun, actually. Okay. What I might do actually is if I go to these things. No, I want to look for these things. Clinics, home facilities. What's this one? Archaeological finds. But use it, although I don't really need it.
Copy that.
Right, cloning facility. Have I got one in here? Yes. Yes. Can't put it in here just yet. The next turn I can give them a cloning facility and a clinic as well. Apparently the load already built them everywhere I can. Anything else I've got that are going to make people happier? Double shifts, that'll make them happy. I'm probably not making friends. Anyone? Here we go, zone stuff. Private investment, yeah. Meritocracy boosts, but we're not trying to go meritocracy, I don't really want to use logical prospecting, give them money, really. Beasts, or I could distract them with games. You know what, let's build some gladiatory stuff in Neptune, yeah. Why not? We're already present arena asset. What level's that up to now then? Arena 2. Can we get Arena 3? Let's go for it. War is hell, but we apparently have an awesome gladiatorial arena. Giving them lots of happiness. Perfect. Okay, we've got more work can handle. Food is going up. Oil is on its way down still, but we're continuing to expand our oil wells. We've got one there, an oil well 2 there. We've got private oil there, public oil here. Slowly getting on top of it, and we're going to start building up this thing. That'll take a while to get it onto meaningful numbers. I'm worried about a gap in our lines here. They could tend to push in, although it's just infantry in the south, so it's not as much of a threat. If we do manage to survive everything this turn, I want to build a railroad into here. In fact, they just run away. They've just handed that town over to us. Now, given it's a newly colonised one, I'm not expecting it to be particularly big. Still, I'll take it. That's not good in the slightest. Oh man, we got trounced there. And I suspect the lack of supplies is really hurting our combat effectiveness. You knew that, eh? Apparently troops need bullets, food, and in order to fight. Okay, we held there against Bruderskep. They continue to be not much more than an annoyance. No, they pushed that meaningfully there, just to make me eat my words. But again, they're currently fighting troops with hardly any ammo, no food, no fuel, and they're just about managing to win. Now we will probably have one more turn of poor supply until this road gets opened up. It takes like an extra turn for things to kick in. Unfortunately, they are capitalizing on. This just doesn't look great in general. It doesn't. Do you know what? It was all going quite well. And yeah, the collapse in supply over here is what's hurting our front over there, because we were standing up in Brusque. Sanderson have always been a bit dodgy. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, these numbers aren't great. 2,500, 600. 130 tanks to 40. Ouch. Ouch. Hey, but we're happy because we conquered somewhere. We have our laser guns. And of course, we don't have any laser guns on the front. We can, in theory, at least start to produce them with whatever limited recruits we have. But more importantly, we have supplies down here now. Good. That actually did kick in this turn. Excellent, excellent. Okay. Regain some of our fighting strength, and down here everyone looks more or less supplied. Perfect. Yeah. Things I would like to do is I want to build a road. Right, if I was to build a rail to here, to there, what's that going to cost? Not that much. That is not the way I'm building it. We can do it pretty much a straight line. We'll start with that. Push a left click, not right clicked, because cool. We come down. Okay, good. We'll have a rail network to our new front line, which will help us hold it and supply it and stuff. You have, oh my god, 4,000 people. That's pretty terrible. Okay. Not too surprising, but alright, we'll take them a while before they grow in any way, shape or form. What do you do? XP. Is anyone else give population? 200 population per turn. Yeah, maybe I want to move this is oh, not that transfer. Some borders. Expand this new zone out to include Zeta Camp. Start to get a bit more. Not going to be much use of anything in a long time, but alright. Our decisions. Militia needs extra funds. Sure.
Affirmative.
Help. A lot of money, but it'll help shore up. Okay, we've done our laser guns. We'll have a look at those in a minute. I want laser tanks, please. I think we're mainly using medium tanks. Not mainly, but a lot of. Dragon 2 laser guns. We can go from 600 firepower to 1,000 firepower. Quite nice. At less weight as well. That's 200 weight. Okay, that takes 550. Yep, that's fine. Be overpowered in terms of engine. Major worker strike in the bull. I mean, there's hardly anyone there.
Affirmative.
Like, there's 1,000 militant workers. Fair. That's like a quarter of a town population was rioting. Rocket agitator in Saturn. I'm not going to pay you off. I'll just ignore it. It should be Saturn. No, you governor. Yeah, you're pretty good at the job.
Copy that.
Congratulations. Military G. I don't want either of these, to be perfectly honest. I neither want enforcement nor meritocracy. Do you know what? We may just go hard meritocracy. I know we've been doing diplomacy, but I think that's the way this game is wanting us to go. Okay, things we need to do. Firstly, start to surround these blooming rebels. Who are, admittedly, a lot less of a threat now we've got this new road. And we're protecting said new road. We also need to shore up our defences here because things got... Would like... Take out this guy. It's not as much of an issue. Ah. Still pretty beat up. I'm gonna pull back with you guys. Where are... Oh, did I lose units outright? Perhaps I did. I have a lot less tank units down here than I used to. Yeah, we'll kill this guy. This is just an AA with a truck.
Mission successful.
I should at least get a little bit of breathing space. We have to put some more troops right here. Before I do that, although I do want to do it straight away, or as soon as I can, I do also want to check my SHQ to see what I'm lacking on the front lines. Obviously all the troops just lost, but we can replace them with... How many do I need? 37, that's a lot. I can replace them with laser troops. We're going to fight a lot better. Beautiful. Apparently I can't do maths. These guys are significantly better than the ones we'd had before. So yeah, sure, I'll get some new trucks. $500 dudes is a lot of dudes to spend on trucks, to be perfectly honest. Armor. Yeah, will you tell me which ones you've got? No. That's slightly annoying. Oh no, well done here, so I have both dragons and Zions. I don't know what you're missing. I'm gonna leave those for just now. Apparently I'm short of these bad boys. A lot of machine guns. The furlings did go out, so it looks like they're doing grand. Heavy tanks, yes, we want them at the front. We will want laser versions of these very soon. Anti-tank guns. Probably do with an upgrade. And we can't even produce all ones. Presumably I'm out of troops, I suspect. Yeah, okay. We won't be able to building any new reinforcements down here, but that's okay. Now that everyone's supply, I'm more confident of our ability to hold. Down here, I just want to kind of tidy up, and I'll do that by starting to... No, I mean, presumably he's not going to attack me back. Oh no, because you're not... have rain... what'd you call it? Bombardment capability. I don't want you involved. Right, we'll do this. You would have thought? What to say? I feel like those numbers lied to us, given that we were attacking an AT position with tanks. We did wipe them out, which is good. 80 I want down in here. One tank up there, a tank in there. Tank down here with some support. Grab the road. Could actually potentially. Units here, yes. I wouldn't quite cut them off. Paying more attention, I could potentially have surrounded this unit and cut them off. I will not bother though. More important just to hold the city for just now. Guys are a little exposed because there's just infantry there. Although this is just infantry. Yeah, all the tanks are kind of in the north. One more infantry in this position to help out, and probably one of our head. Oh. Good. Oh wow, okay. Could squish some squishy things. Let's do that.
Send in the cavalry.
Less kills than I was hoping for.
Run!
Okay, defended held. That's not a problem. Honest, right now, I just kind of want to, hurt them. Perfectly honest. One thing we will have to realize is this guy is rapidly approaching our actual civilization. And we're going to have to deal with it. I haven't got too much in the bank with which to do that. End you up. Perhaps once the yellows have dealt with these guys, or are you hanging out in the mountains? Send them over. Greys can just. Pull Pink's back. Needs must. Alright, we'll pull them back. We'll get them. What do you call it? You can move them next turn over to over here and hold the line against what annoying incursion. It'll be like one unit or something. As is their wont to pester me, but as you see, it's a legitimate strategy. Fair play, can't complain about it. I should defend against it. Okay, energy is starting to go down a touch. Means we may want to energy on the power plant is obviously the best way of doing that. However, it uses oil, which we don't have. I mean, we kind of go up and down in terms of how much oil we've got around. Tempted to go just down the solar field route. Just gives a little bit of a top up.
Copy that.
Meanwhile, did our biofuel get built? It did. No, it didn't. One turn left. As you see, everyone is much happier with the supply situation. Good. Now, how cranky is Neptune? It's not that cranky. I'm actually going to, since it's not too cranky, pull a couple of these guys out into the front line. By which I mean a couple, pretty much. Because I think it's more important to keep these guys away from the city. If they get too close to the city, the fear, the danger goes up and up and up, and then that can cause a horrible problem. Take a long time to get rid of. Start with that. We are still winning. Never fear. Hey, and look, these guys are now a bit more supplied, so I can kill off these raiders.
Move out.
Come on, don't give up.
Negative to breach.
Kidding me. We didn't lose anyone. We didn't finish them off, so we'll have to next turn. Womp. I really want these brown ones to free up so they can kind of send this direction, help clear this gap. Overall, things are looking much rosier. We've got our supply situation has sorted itself out in both parts of the world. We've got food, we've got fuel. We're starting to get out. We're going to start seeing some laser troopers at front. In fact, these guys are probably going to get a whole bunch of them next turn. I look forward to seeing that in action. Okay. And that's where we're going to bring this episode to a close. So, rebels in the west and behind the lines raids in the east, cutting off our supply lines, which has been causing us a fair few problems and resulting in a fair few casualties as well. So something we're definitely going to have to turn around before we try and push out against the other two majors. However, still relatively comfortable situation, even with the losses we're coming today. I think our technology is coming on at a great rate, and that's ultimately, I think, is going to turn the tide, if nothing else. Of course, we do need to get our improved troops to the front and supply them. All that we'll cover next time. As ever, I do hope you have enjoyed watching this. It was taken from a Twitch livestream, so if you're interested, there's links in the description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all on the next one. Cheerio!